The industry keeps promoting that we've drilled wells for the last 100 years in Pennsylvania. Yeah, we have, but not like this. They didn't get the Halliburton loophole put into place back in '05 for nothing. They didn't get exempt from clean air, clean water, safe drinking water, the right to know, and a Superfund Act for nothing. Superfund Act is hazardous cleanup. If it's a benign process, why would you be exempt from the Superfund Act? For what possible reason? And the compressors, this is wet gas. They're after the condensate. They're after the money. They're not after the dry gas. You don't have these compressors everywhere like they're putting up now. In Hickory, we've got them everywhere. People are livid. They can't live around them. They stink. They emit carcinogens, neurotoxins. The people that live around them, one family, she was going to be here, but she couldn't make it. They've had to leave their property several times. They're in litigation. There are other people out there in litigation. So there is a whole lot to this, and it's just so sad because the industry shouldn't have used us as lab rats. I'm talking to a lot of people that have lost cattle, and they're not all horizontal wells that have been drilled on our property. They've just been vertical wells. He had 18 cows that were bred. 10 of those cows had calves that were stillborn. 4 of those calves when they were born, had just blue eyes. 1 had a cleft palate. 5 of them were born with no iris and no pupil. They were white eyes. He also lost a completely healthy 2.5-year-old heifer. You don't lose cattle like that. I farmed. You don't lose cattle like that. You folks know. So, and the industry denied everything, and they gave him nothing but a hard time. We have to do something about it. Everyone has to stand together here, and we have to have one big loud voice, because our governor isn't going to help us, because our governor is an ally for the oil and gas industry, and that's exactly why the DEP hasn't done anything. Because he's the one calling the shots. Make sure you do get water testing done. Make sure, keep a camera with you at all times. If you see things that aren't kosher, that doesn't look right, whether it be in a stream or on your property or someone else's property, take pictures. And also, call the 800 tip line number that the EPA has put out. And that's another thing. The EPA has gotten involved because the DEP hasn't been doing their job. And the 800 number, if you don't have it, it's 877-919-4372. And there's also a national response center that you could call, which is 800-424-8802. And what the industry has done has jeopardized everyone's safety and their health. And it's got to stop. And the sad part of it is, you can't clean up what they've already wrecked. And they know it. But they know what they're doing, folks. You can't drink gas. Without water, we're cooked. And they're going to be selling us water. Tell you one more thing, folks. Please talk to each other. Please keep the lines open between each other. You've got to communicate, because the industry divides and conquers. Don't let them do that to you. Again, if you had problems, or if you have health issues, if you have, you lost animals, whatever, talk to each other. And also report anything like that to that tip line that I gave you. Because they're getting bombarded with phone calls.